promised, we are going to make a little video here about scientific inquiry and how you're going to create your form, which is going to be your survey. So we went right into Google, went right to forms, created a new form. There's another video that tells you all about how to make forms and how to format forms and change the background and all that stuff on my website. So I'm not going to go into huge details on those things. You can check that out in the other video. A couple things I do want to point out, because this is important for this particular assignment, is we don't want to have some of these checked. We don't want them to have a login from our school. It's okay if you have that checked. I don't think it would affect anyone because everybody you're sending the form to is in the school. But let's leave it unchecked just because I want to be able to see it, and I am not included in your same group in the email. Automatically correct respondents' Wayne Highlands School District username. We don't want to collect anybody's usernames. We don't want this checked. If we have that box checked, there's a problem, and the problem is that we're going to get personal information on them. We're going to know who answered the surveys. We don't want to know who answered the surveys. We want it to be anonymous so that they'll be more truthful. Show progress bar. I always like to have that checked because I want people to know if they're on question 8 and there's only 10 questions that they're almost done. Or in your case that there's only 15 questions that they're almost done. Only allow one response per person. This requires a login, and for that reason I'm not checking the box. Otherwise I would, because I only want people to fill this form out one time. Shuffle questions, that's totally up to you. I like to shuffle the questions in case there's people sitting next to each other. They can't look on each other's survey, but that's totally up to you. I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom, show you something else, and then we'll talk about questions. Confirmation page. Show link to submit another response. Definitely do not check that box. We don't want people filling this survey out more than one time. Publish and show a public link for to form results. I'm not checking them because I don't want Jimmy to be sitting next to Martha, and Jimmy fills out the survey and looks at the results, and Martha looks over and sees the results, and somehow looking at the results changes her answers because she thinks, oh, that's how everybody else is answering, that's what I should answer. I don't want anybody knowing what the results are. I just want to know what the results are. The last one is allow respondents to edit responses after they submitted it. Don't check that box. We don't want people going back in and changing their minds. We want their truthful answers, and we don't want them to rethink it and go back. So we're just going to leave that unchecked. Last thing, when you send the form, this is important. We're not going to do anything up here. We're just going to go down here, send it in an email form. So we're going to add in a whole bunch of emails. Okay? At the end of your email, just press return on your keyboard and type in the next email. You'll need to send this to a whole bunch of people, so just keep pressing return and keep typing in the email. A little tip, you can copy the last part of the email because all our emails are the same, and you can just paste them. So you're going to type in their name and paste the ending onto the email, and it will be correct for everyone. Last thing. Actually, that's not true. It's not the last thing. There's two more things. Include form in the email. Uncheck that box. Do not send it in the email. We want them to click on a link and it go to their survey, so they'll fill out the survey in a way where it looks like a survey. We don't want them just to fill it out in their email. So uncheck that box before you send this. Last thing, you can customize the message and the subject. So, food and exercise. Awesome. There's my subject. And right here I can say, thanks for filling out my survey. Please answer truthfully. Blah, 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 whatever else I want to say. Click send, and I've sent it to everyone that I wanted to. The last couple of things about questions. I've told you that you need to put your video first. That's very important. If you don't put your video first, you're going to have people fill out the survey and then watch the video. That's not going to affect how they answer the questions. So you need the video to be the first thing. You're also going to ask a whole bunch of questions here, And they are going to ask different types of questions. You can choose multiple choice, you can choose time, you can choose a scale, and so you can also choose checkbox. So there are different types of questions that you can choose, and if you know how to do that, you're off and running. I will put one more video up because there's a couple of important things. I'm going to show you how to duplicate this form so you've got two forms, one that has a video and one that doesn't. I'm also going to tell you how to do these questions and just talk about the questions a little bit. That'll be in the next video.